And good evening, basketball fans. Welcome here to the Ota Citizens Gymnasium live here in the GUNMA Prefecture for this B-League matchup here in the Eastern Conference between both the GUNMA Crane Thunders and UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Top place currently taking on second position. This game has a recipe to be a very exciting one. Well, the BREX, of course, coming back off the end of a very heartbreaking defeat against Alvak Tokyo last Wednesday. GUNMA Crane Thunders, they need to win tonight to ensure they maintain that space between both them and the Chiba Jets. On the case of the BREX, a team that's won 2 B-League championships already, the victory is so imperative because they are also chasing the very best record in the B-League. Still currently right behind San and Neo Phoenix, who stand currently #1 here in Japan. Well, we'll take a look at the standings very soon, and now you can see this is indeed an Eastern Conference matchup. Remember, the top 2 teams in each conference, the East, the West, and the Central, will automatically qualify for the 24-25 B-League playoffs. The final 2 positions will go to the teams outside the playoffs for the best records, known as the wild card. Well, the Jets did start the season as possibly the most exciting team here in the B-League, but since then, things have not really gone their way, to say the least. So they must ensure that GUNMA don't win tonight so they can catch up. Well, now to Suji. Here's the last time these 2 teams met. It was on the 23rd of October. A very impressive game in which the BREX did hand out 21 assists. The home court advantage. Now, remember, at this point, both teams had the same record of 3 victories and 2 defeats. But it was indeed the BREX who came out victorious. While GUNMA, of course, in this game, led by Johannes Tiemann and Trey McKinney-Jones, both players chipping in a very big performance, to say the least. But tonight, they're going to have to make sure they take care of home court advantage. Well, as always, the BREX led by DJ Newble, 25 points. Also, 11 and 12 coming from both Grant Jarrett and Gavin Edwards. And DJ right now, that transfer he made from Osaka Vesa all the way here to the Tojiki Prefecture, lining up to be arguably the B-League's most valuable player this season. Well, he's a certified walking bucket. Of course, now you can see, now due to circumstances, the unfortunate tragic passing of the great Kevin Bracewell. Thoughts and prayers go to both Kevin Bracewell and his family. Coach Coronel now taking over the realm here for the UTSUNOMIYA BREX. But other players you want to look out for, we could talk about the import players, but you've got the likes of Yusuke Endo, not to mention the likes of Makoto Hiyajima. Gavin Edwards, that man played for Japan as a naturalized player back at the Tokyo Olympics. And right there, you see the player closest to the camera, that's Yuta Tabuse. Because if you know anything about your history of Japanese hoops, he indeed was the very first Japanese player to be drafted into, well, not drafted, but to play in, first Japanese-born player to play in the NBA. Had a brief spell with Steve Nash and the Phoenix Suns back in 2004. They just started lineup tonight. Hiyajima along with Yusuke Endo, Kosuke Takeuchi, DJ Nuba, and Grant Jarrett. So quite a big lineup with Gavin Edwards coming off the bench. Coach Coronel, of course, having the tough duty of taking over, but also a magnificent coach, to say the least, and an outstanding career as a player. But now we'll enjoy the local entertainment as we introduce your GUNMA Crane Thunders. Well, here's some highlights, of course, in the last game. And one now, Tosuji, of course, now 35% from the perimeter. Because he has been a three-point dynamite so far this season. Very much a sharpshooter, so will be quite exciting as he'll go up against another great shooter, Makoto Hiyajima. I don't think GUNMA Crane Thunders need to try and orchestrate tonight. This is Hosokawa, man, who did have a game-winning shot from the perimeter this season. There's going to be a lot of three-pointers, that's to say the least. Both teams very efficient, so the percentages. GUNMA Thunder is averaging 9 threes per game, while UTSUNOMIYA BREX averaging 12. And there was Makoto Hiyajima. Well, Yusuke, another key one, very much a spot-up three-point shooter for the BREX, was a part of that championship team that won it back in 2022 against the Ryukyu Golden Kings. But now we'll indeed introduce the key players for the home team, GUNMA Thunders, number 2 here in the Eastern Conference. Well, again, welcome everybody. We're live here at the Ulta Citizens Gymnasium here in the prefecture of GUNMA. GUNMA Thunders. We're now going to introduce the starting 5 for the home team. Well, it is definitely going to be an exciting matchup between the 2 very best teams here in the Eastern Conference. And this team, of course, coached by Kyle Milling. Remember, the team that did win the B.LEAGUE championship last season was coached by him. And that indeed was the Hiroshima Dragonflies. Imagine we're going to see Trey McKinney-Jones here in the starting lineup. It's all going to be down the play for tonight between these 2 teams. Who will get off to a good start and who will take the victory? That is going to be ever so imperative.
Now the Great Thunder starting lineup. Number 1, fly high, Ko Flippin.
Ko Flippin, a 2-time B.LEAGUE champion with both the Chiba Jets in 2021 and the Ryukyu Golden Kings in 2023. Has been a key addition for the GUNMA Thunders.
Michael Parker.
Well, Michael Parker's experience, currently standing at 200 centimeters, very much a B.LEAGUE journeyman, now 43
Number
years young.
4, do it all, Trey Jones.
While Trey McKinney-Jones, as mentioned, was their key player the last time these 2 teams met. They're going to need between 20 and 30 tonight from him.
Number 25, Zeus, Caleb Tarczewski.
A.K.A. Zeus, the Greek god, but he's actually Caleb Tarczewski. But, you know, another key player is going to have to be a massive banger down low tonight in the post.
3 and buff, Kazuki Hosokawa.
Hosokawa, another one of those three-point threats tonight for Coach Kyle Milling. As mentioned, this team, a 35% three-point shooting team from downtown. Percentage is going to have to come to play tonight if they're going to beat the UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Head coach Kyle Milling has done a magnificent job in his career as both a player when he was in France, also did briefly play in Japan. The Hitachi Sunrock is now known as Shibuya. And a B.LEAGUE champion as of last season. Our 3 referees tonight going to get ready for a big matchup between the 2 very best here in the Eastern Conference. And again, we'd like to welcome all of our live viewers watching here on B.LEAGUE International YouTube. If you are watching this game live, please let us know in the comment banks where you're watching in the world, which team you're supporting, and who you think will win. And if you can, please give the live stream a like and subscribe to B.LEAGUE International. Well, DJ Newbill's going to have to go up against the aggressive defense of Ko Flippin. Sakawa is going to have to match up with Makoto Hiyajima, while Yusuke Endo is going to have the tough defensive duty of taking on Trey McKinney-Jones. Kranjero will go up against Zeus. Michael Parker, 2 veteran players. Almost 40 years of age. Of course, Suki Takeuchi and Michael Parker. Again, our thoughts and prayers go to the very late, great Kevin Bracewell. You can see his picture there who unfortunately did pass away this year. A magnificent human being, an incredible basketball coach. Now his players playing within his honor. Welcome everybody live yet again here in the city of Ota. This is B.LEAGUE basketball. And it will be GUNMA Crane Thunders with the first possession. Officially trying to spread the offense out, but Trey McKinney-Jones working now with Tarzuski. Time lighted down. Tarzuski going for the mid-range. That's not going to fall. Lugo coming off one screen, now finding Endo. Jared goes for a quick three. This one's up and beautifully gets the first 3 points of the game. Well, he's had his inconsistencies from the perimeter this season. As of yet, he has improved. By the time slowly now in his 3rd year playing with the BREX. Penetration made by Trey McKinney-Jones, so now he'll go to the free throw line. That's always going to be the go-to plan. 37 games he's played so far this year. He's averaging 15 points per game. He's currently 70% free throw shooter, so not the kind of person you want to put at the charity stripe if you are the UTSUNOMIYA BREX. I'm not quite sure if we were hearing jeers or cheers from the GUNMA Crane Thunder fans. Just know there's definitely a contingent of UTSUNOMIYA BREX fans who have made the journey here to Ota. Goes by bullet train from Tokyo. Ota's roughly a 2-hour journey. Second free throw no good, but Zeus getting the offensive board. GUNMA getting another chance. There's a penetration. Zeus now goes in. Inside the paint, count finish. And Hiyajima now comes up with a loose ball. When they did lose against Alva Tokyo, did build a monumental lead, but unfortunately let that one go thanks to one Leonardo Mendel. Sasakawa now is going to get called for the foul. Well, when you talk about one of the greatest coaches in international basketball, Kyle Milling's got to be up there. Came to Japan in 2020, starting originally with Yokohama V-Core says. Endo goes for another three, and that's not going to go. Zeus secures a rebound. Still looking for that first field goal. Trey McKinney-Jones still fired, no problem. Well, he knew it was going to come from him. He's got that ability to step up at any point in a game to really have that confidence. Endo misses last three. Now he makes this one. BREX coming out with 2 3-point field goals already. McKinney-Jones now kicking this one out. Flip has got to recover possession. Now we're under 10 here on the shot clock. Flip will find Zeus uncontested inside the paint, and he's able to finish that one. The big man. Well, he's more than just a big bruiser and a banger inside the paint. Definitely has a smooth touch. Takeuchi coming up for a bull screen and new build. BREX trying to move around. Hiyajima penetrates. And that one just rolls its way out of the chance of GUNMA to take the lead. It's the battle of the 2 best here in the Eastern Conference. Flippin now pulls up mid-range and giving GUNMA a 1-point lead. It's just under 2.5 have been played so far here in the first quarter. This could very well be a B.LEAGUE playoff or championship matchup. Lugo goes down the middle. There's Jarrett. Trying to go up inside the paint, jump hook, turns around, and there you can see Grant Jarrett showing the versatility. Already 2 field goals to go along with that 1 3-pointer he had early on. I think for Grant Jarrett, he's so dominant, but usually he is quite the first player they go to in the lineup. It's now Michael Paco will fire a 3. Well, he had to take that one. He was wide open. We're going to see a lot of perimeter shots tonight between 2 very good teams here in the Eastern Conference. Jarrett throwing that one away. And now GUNMA trailing by 1 point, looking to regain the lead. Trey McKinney-Jones demanding the ball screen from Zeus. Big man now kicks out, another one goes, and that's not a bad look. One thing you got to credit the BREX for defensively, a very cohesive unit. Well, here GUNMA will fire a three to put it up, and hitting now the third BREX three-pointer already here in the first quarter, and that's his first field goal. Remember, the BREX do average 12 three-pointers per game. A 35% three-point shooting team here in the B-League. Two-possession ball game. Kenny Jones tries to pull up in the mid-range, but unsuccessful. Well, here GUNMA made his first three. That one's going to go out of bounds, so GUNMA will get this back. Well, he's been one of the top shooting guards here in the B-League and also with the Japanese national team. And speaking of Akatsuki Japan, Gavin Edwards coming back in the game, so Coach Coronel making his first change. Well, again, hello and welcome to the Ota Citizens Gymnasium here in Japan. This is the B-League. If you're watching live on B-League International, let us know your name, where you're watching in the world, so we can give you a shout-out. Well, it's going to be a turnover, no foul called. BREX leading by 4 points. Jarrett's got Endo wide open, but he's going to take it himself. Watch, he finds Gavin Edwards. And a timeout's going to be called by Kyle Milling. Gavin Edwards finding, well, getting the dime from Grant Jarrett. Oh, this is the thing about BREX. They know how to convert turnovers into transition points. And even the big fella, Grant Jarrett, had Endo to his right, but then went for the easy look of Gavin Edwards. Well, we will return from this timeout in just under 90 seconds. Well, change coming in for GUNMA Crane Thunders. Kyle Milling bringing in the point guard Yuma Fuji, along with Johannes Tiemann. Johannes Tiemann, very much it was the FIBA Basketball World Cup that made him want to come to play in Japan. That experience of winning the World Cup in the Philippines, but also in the group stage, playing at the Okinawa Arena. Was wanting to bring his family to this beautiful country. Tiemann now here in the backcourt. Finding Fuji. Looking to build something. Nowhere to go here offensively. Good defense by Hiyajima. Kenny Jones struggling to fire on. Well, GUNMA's got to be patient here in their offense. They've got to move the ball a little bit more effectively. I think a foul is going to be called on Yuma Fuji. Just getting caught up in that switch, having to defend Gavin Edwards. Let's have a look at the replay here. Watch Fuji, yeah, just at that point had to commit that one. Didn't really stand a chance defending the much bigger Gavin Edwards. Well, it's only his first personal foul, and now Isaac Fotu subbing into the game. Well, the legendary, let me tell you something about Fotu. Go and type in on YouTube, Haka Basketball. You'll have a video that has over 10 million views, in which Isaac Fotu and his New Zealand international teammates performed the haka in front of Team USA. Well, Takashima subbing in now for the first time here for the BREX, while Alan Hachimura, the younger brother of the great Rui Hachimura, is also coming to the game. Foul's going to be called on the ground. It's going to be a third team foul against GUNMA. And it is indeed against Trey McKinney-Jones. Newville now waiting for the screen. Finds Ogawa, the young 22-year-old. Gotta make something happen. Nice little give and go. And Fotu's able to deliver at the dying seconds. Well, such a patient, reliable player, Isaac Fotu. Started his career back in 2011 with the New Zealand Breakers as a teenager. Was then when he committed at the University of Hawaii. He went down by 8 points. Just over 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. This is better for GUNMA. Hachimura now. 3 is up, no good. Team an offensive rebound. Can't finish, but gets some rebounds. And that's what they need, more points in the paint, especially more second chance points. 6-point deficit currently. Newville now kicks out, finds Ogawa. 3 is up, no good. Isaac Fotu trying to get the off mark, gets 2 offensive rebounds. So throw this one out. Time dwindling down here on the shot clock. Newville calling a double team, and that's going to be a traveling violation. Great defense. It started with Yuma Fuji really trying to get in the face, so it's actually Trey McKinney-Jones. And they can see, no, it's actually Naoto Tsuji, my apologies, comes over the double. So a chance now for GUNMA to chip into the deficit. I think DJ Newville felt that he was impeded and maybe a foul should have been called, but I think that's good defense. Tsuji heavily defended here on the perimeter. Finds Tiemann. And he was traveling with that one. It's good rotation defense. Hachimura, another 3. It's up and again. Buries this one. And it's a 5-0 run currently for GUNMA. They've cut it down to a 3-point ball game. The question is, can they maintain the pressure defensively? But DJ Newville left uncontested. 4-3 of the first quarter for the UTSUNOMIYA BREX. A team just like Galvok Tokyo in quest of a 3rd B.LEAGUE championship this season. Well, the mid-range just goes in. Yuma Fuji getting the lucky bounce on that one, but he had to really work to find the separation from the free throw line. Well, Newville goes for a quick 3-pointer. BREX fighting for offensive rebounds. Takashima trying to penetrate, goes out of bounds. I think that's going to remain BREX ball on the baseline. Trying to look for Isaac Fotu. Then penetrated. Just came in the cookie jar, so they'll get. Oh no, it's a turnover. So my apologies, I had it wrong. Well, we definitely play on, that's for sure. Well, backcourt violation, a costly unforced turnover. GUNMA making some costly errors here early on in the game. And then you can see Kyle Milling giving some instructions to Hachimura. I think he was saying, listen, play's broken down. You've got to flash, get the ball out of the hands of Tiemann. You've got to find Johannes in the paint. Well, Seiji Ikaruga coming into the game, another player who did play for the BREX when they won the championship in 2022. It was only Grant Jarrett who joined the team the following season, which they failed to make the playoffs and defend their championship. Tatuski also back in. Ikaruga kicks out. BREX looking for 5th 3. It's up. Offensive rebound again by Gavin Edwards. GUNMA's got it, box out. Jarrett has a mismatch. Spins around. Kicks out. Fotu wide open. 3 is up. 3 is good. 6 3-pointers. Or 5, excuse me. Already here in the first quarter for the BREX. They are on fire. And Fotu almost comes up with a steal. Now GUNMA, they'll fire another one. But the tip-in's good. And there you see Johannes Tiemann. Second field goal. And again, it's coming from second chance points. GUNMA's got to show the same fight as UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Remember, the BREX currently 2nd best record here in the B-League, just behind San Antonio Phoenix. And while GUNMA have 29 victories, they're just behind the BREX in the Eastern Conference. And what a dominant move by Fotu. 7 points already here in the first quarter. And that potentially could be a 2-for-1 for the BREX. To a 7-point ball game. Tatsuski getting a handoff. And they want to try to find the big man, but not get into space in the offense. Fuji's got to think about it. Contested three, it's up, no good. But GUNMA gets it back at a fresh 14. We've got to patiently build something. Tina now puts the ball on the ground. There's a tough one, can't get it. Tatsuki offensive rebound, still can't finish. But a foul has been called with 8.8 left. So GUNMA now indeed can have the last possession. Well, the BREX do have one foul to give, or 2 fouls to give, I should say. This one's Coach Carnell will be quite pleased with his team's start to the game thus far. Well, Tatsuki, I think you heard Coach Kyle Milling say, can't you call the first foul, please? And I think he's got a case there because Tatsuki did take a few bumps. Well, another three goes flying. Suji under intense pressure. Buries the deep triple. And that will do the end of the first quarter, where GUNMA Cray Thunders cut it down now to a 2-possession ball game. The BREX still lead by 4. And Tatsuki still right now discussing with the referee, but right now you got to play through this. Well, it is the end of the first period of play. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and as always, we will return. During the break, please let us know if you're watching this game live on B.LEAGUE International. Where are you watching this game in the world, and which team are you supporting? And we'll give you a shout out. Welcome back, everybody. We're live here at the Ulta Citizens Gymnasium for this B.LEAGUE matchup between the two very best teams here in the Eastern Conference. Our host, GUNMA Cray Thunders, right now playing against UTSUNOMIYA BREX. It's been a three-point masterclass. Now, Grant Jarrett looking for three-point at number 6. Unable to connect, but another offensive board. Well, Fotu's made 1 3. Well, we have to welcome one Manu Fotu into the live YouTube chat. Welcome, Manu, a legend of New Zealand and a former professional rugby player, and the father of the very great Isaac Fotu. Great to hear from you, Manu. Hope all is well, my brother. 7 now here on the shot clock. Now looking for Tazuski, goes in the lane. And the blocking foul is going to be called, and finally he gets his score. I mean, he's such a terrific competitor. Now the question is, was Isaac Fotu within the restricted area? That's tough. I'm going to be very controversial and say I think he took the charge well, but Tazuski now will go to the free throw line. Well, he's unable to hit the second free throw, but cutting it down to a 3-point ball game. Tazuski, along with Johannes Thiemann, both players need to match up to the aggressive physicality of the inside post interior play. Will now make it 9 points for Isaac Fotu. Patiently, just so intelligently setting those screens. And he's got such a deadly touch as soon as he rolls right to the bucket. Listen, I'm going to ask the question to Manu Fotu. I ask this as a fan. Are we going to see Isaac this summer play for the New Zealand national team at the FIBA Asia Cup? I hope so. Hint, hint. Another 3 goes flying here for GUNMA. That's going to be a 24-second violation because it didn't touch the rim. So another turnover here for the GUNMA Crane Thunders. Well, welcome to Trish Carnell, Go BREX, supporting from New Zealand. I tell you what, love everything about the New Zealand culture, and especially the national basketball team, the Tukaha Haka. Probably one of the greatest and most beautiful traditions of international basketball. And who could forget the great Piro Cameron? Uka left wide open. 3-pointer, number 6 coming from the BREX. And they've come out like a house on fire. Well, they may have well just brought the rain from the Tochigi Prefecture. Back to an 8-point ball game. Biggest lead of the game so far. Fotu doing a good job of keeping Johannes Thiemann off the offensive rebounds, but it's going to remain possession to the GUNMA Crane Thunders. Well, GUNMA can't get into this scenario. Everything's got to go from the 3-point line. You've got 2 very good post players in the likes of Tazuski, along with Johannes Thiemann. Well, good hands by Grant Jarrett. BREX come up with it. They got a numbers. Finds Fotu, already the first player to get into double figures. 11 points now for Isaac Fotu, and a double-digit lead for the BREX. Coach Kyle Milling has got to call timeout. Right now, he's got to find his players, and he's one of the best coaches. Because I had the privilege of meeting him in Dubai at the BCL Asia tournament. Fantastic player was Kyle Milling when he did play for Alain Bonnet in France, and also for IR. But it was a magnificent coach for the great Limoges CSP, one of the most historic teams in the history of European basketball. But now we'll return in just under 90 seconds. Well, a fantastic atmosphere in Ota. City of Ota here in the prefecture of GUNMA. Because you have to remember, GUNMA Crane Thunders in the last few seasons here in the B-League, I mean, they have never been in the playoff picture. Right now, they're up against arguably, along with Alvak Tokyo, the Utsunomiya BREX are the greatest two teams here in the history of the B-League. Both teams winning 2 championships, but they find themselves down by 10 at home. Remember, the last time they met was on the 23rd of October. The BREX won narrowly by 3 points. Well, now Johannes Timo will fire a 3-pointer. Kazuki Bally for the offensive board, but a foul's going to be called. Second team foul against the BREX here in the second quarter. And I think that's the big difference right now between these two teams. You look at the likes of Grant Jarrett, Isaac Fotu, and put Gavin Edwards and Kosuke Takeuchi into that fight. They are getting more second chance points. And this is what GUNMA's got to do if they want to stay in this one. Well, Takashima coming back into the lineup here for the BREX, along with young 22-year-old Ogawa. Well, will DJ Newbill win the MVP award at the end of the season? So quite a big change coming from Coach Carnell, trying to rest the core of his players. Really trying to find ways to break down, but time again is winding down. Team has got to take another one. 3 is up, no good. BREX defending collectively with excellence. Now looking to pile on more misery here for the Crane Thunders. I think Yuma Fuji, well now Tsuji, excuse me, is saying that took a deflection off DJ Newbill. Let's have a look here at the replay. I don't think so. I like the defense. I mean, you got to appreciate this on GUNMA. Putting the hands in the passing lanes, trying to be aggressive. But now Tsuji going to the bench. He'll take a breather. Trey McKitty Jones re-enters the lineup along with Coat Flippin, so a double change coming from Kyle Milling. Newbill getting a handoff. Heavily defended here by Coat Flippin. Ron Jarrett from the mid-range, getting the roll in. Extending BREX's lead to 12 points. 7 points already tonight here for Grant Jarrett. Make that 18 points from the 2 bigs, along with Isaac Fotu. Flipping now. Uncontested pulls up for 15. We'll get that one to drop, and that's what he's got to do tonight. He's got to be aggressive coming off those bull screens. That mid-range game is what he's been best at. The 2-time B-League champion when he played for both Chiba Jets and the Ruku Golden Kings. Foul's going to be called on the ground. It's against Coat Flippin. It's not a great foul to give away because there was only 6 seconds on the shot clock. It's a tough ask when you go up against someone as talented as DJ Newbill because, he is a prime-time player that just knows how to create without any offense in the way. Or any defense, I should say, excuse me. Sideline ball to the BREX. Spanish pick and roll being executed by the BREX. Don't quite get the execution though. Newbill finds Ogawa who finishes. A young 22-year-old. I mean, he's really come into his own with this team this season. Definitely has made himself a part of the rotation. Fuji nowhere to go again. Threw it away. And Newbill's going to make this now a 14-point ball game. Throws it down. And the BREX total control of this game. 5 points already now for DJ Newbill. I think you saw Yuma Fuji was trying to kick out, and I don't think he realized the person he was passing to was getting ready to sub in. So an unforced turnover. Kazuki looks to the back door. Mid-range goes up. But the shots aren't dropping at the moment for GUNMA Crane Thunders. Well, GUNMA's got to find ways to get into this one. And they can do that through transition points, second chance points. Timura's got a switcher against DJ Newbill. Now gets caught a double team. Ron Jarrett has to fire up a three, almost got it. But now falling here to the BREX yet again, getting a second chance. DJ, three, got it! The BREX have simply lit the Ota Citizens Gymnasium on fire. This team are cooking. 4:39 to go, 17-point lead to the very best team here in the Eastern Conference. Remember, the BREX trying to chase San Antonio Phoenix's best record in the B-League and also looking for their third B-League championship in the history of this competition. Ball going to be back in just under 90 seconds. Step back three by DJ. Well, a timeout was called by head coach Cal Milling. This team indeed needs to find a way to get back in this game. They've had their struggles immensely. One thing they've got to do defensively is make life a little bit more difficult for the BREX. The BREX is just having everything they want at the moment. But you got to remember, he was a great player back in his day, and he's a champion by name. Because he led Hiroshima Dragonflies last season to their first B-League championship when nobody expected them to win. That semifinal game 3 in the fourth quarter, defeating, of course, Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, and then coming from one game down against the Riku Golden Kings, the then defending champions. Team getting bumped. They've got to build some more fluidity here in their offense. Looking to get from the mid-range. Not going to go. Offensive ball by Johannes Tiemann goes in, finishes, and that indeed is his third second chance point and third field goal. Well, 6 second chance points, his third field goal of the game, my apologies. He's got to keep on being aggressive. Have to take the game to players like Grant Jarrett, or good defense by Ko Flippin. Numbers. Flippin gives up, finds Tiemann, and finally Tiemann gets an M1, and finally a transition bucket here for the GUNMA Crane Thunders. Well, a chance to cut this down to a 12-point deficit, potentially go on a 5-0 run. Great defense by Ko Flippin. Well, this is great by Coach Carnell, calling timeout just to try to calm down, not necessarily the bleeding, but to slow down the wave of momentum that's been exhibited by GUNMA. So we'll be back in just under 90 seconds. 3:54 to go here in the second quarter. Well, Johannes Tiemann currently the free throw line here for GUNMA Crane Thunders. Go back to 2017-18 when he played for MRP Riesen-Liversberg, and his head coach was former Chiba Jets coach John Patrick. Of course, they made it to the Final Four of the FIBA Basketball Champions League, only losing in the semifinals at the Waka. Team cuts it down to a 12-point deficit. The 5-0 run indeed has been played from GUNMA. Well, interesting now, Bunny Ogawa is the primary point guard for the BREX. DJ now at the 2 guard. Another one goes flying, and the BREX just keep on making it rain. Takashima gets his first 3. And this is a great response from the BREX after that heartbreaking defeat to Alvak Tokyo last Wednesday. Masakawa finds Michael Parker. Flipping goes baseline, bumps. There's a kick out. Now Tiemann. Well, he could have a big game tonight. 12 points already for Big Johannes. The German international superstar, FIBA World Cup champion 2023. Rubel fires another one, and this is truly incredible. The BREX right now making it rain on all cylinders. Nice penetration by, I think that's Hosokawa. No, it's Trey McKinney-Jones, excuse me. So now he'll go to the free throw line. I think that's the right call because Trey McKinney-Jones does have the advantage on that penetration. It's only the first foul against Gavin Edwards, and actually, interestingly, it's now the 15th foul here for the BREX, so GUNMA's got to use this to their advantage. While we talk about Trey McKinney-Jones, of course, being a plus 80% free throw shooter, averaging 15 points per game, originally from the city of Milwaukee in Wisconsin. Of course, went undrafted after playing at the University of Miami, the University of Florida, I should say. Because he has been with Go Green Thunder since 2020 after playing in Germany for the Telekom Basis Bonn. Rubel penetrates, goes in, avoids the block, and probably, I think he may have just taken a shot going to the bucket. And GUNMA again will get to the free throw line thanks to Trey McKinney-Jones. Well, for 226, that's how they've got to beat the drum. They just have to try to keep maintaining those offenses when they get to the charity stripe. Fouls called on BREX's number 9, Yusuke Endo. And now Tosuji subbing back into the game here for GUNMA. Both free throws made. Target for GUNMA. Can they get to within single digits before the halftime break? BREX have been on fire so far. DJ one more 3, and again, this team just refused to miss from downtown. All incredible stuff so far here tonight. The three-point shooting has been excellent. Nice penetration by Ko Flippin, finding the gap against the defense. 6 points tonight for Flippin. Well, you can't say that GUNMA's played badly. It's just the fact that the BREX have been on fire. Well, great steal. Flippin looking to push this one. Goes all the way. I missed it. But Johannes Tiemann now with his 4th second chance field goal. And that cuts it down to 12. He's got 14 tonight. Remember, he also has 1 3-pointer. Because now we reach 90 seconds, but a foul's going to be called. It's an offensive foul. Well, they called this one on Gavin Edwards. Well, the foul was actually on Ikaruga, I believe. Now a chance here for GUNMA to cut it down to 10 points, something they haven't had since the first quarter. Now if they go for a three-pointer, it will be single digits. But they haven't had the same success in the perimeter. Trey McKinney-Jones bumps, goes in, and the second chance points, followed up by the veteran. First field goal tonight for Michael Parker. The foul's going to be called against GUNMA. It's on now to Osuchi. Let's have a look. Now look at this. This is a great move by Trey McKinney-Jones. Second chance points is actually a dump down. My apologies. And that's what the experience is going to give you from Michael Parker. Just the ability to read Trey McKinney-Jones and make that baseline cut. Folks are now finding DJ Newbill. Parker's got to match up. He's done defensively, good job. Endo has to take a fadeaway three-pointer. Unable to finish. GUNMA looking now to cut down to single digits. If they go quickly, could be a 2-for-1. BREX don't want to foul. It's going to remain GUNMA ball. I think Michael Parker may have got bumped there, but... Not quite sure what happened there, but Parker looks like he's in some form of discomfort. And you can see Kyle Milling. I've got to agree with Coach there. Two players coming together to prevent the pass, but it will remain possession to the Crane Thunders on the baseline. Clearly he's not happy about that play, you can see. .2 seconds left here in the first half. Flipping heavily defended. Goes down the middle, and he finishes under intense pressure. And now it's an 8-point ball game. And the team who trail by as many as 18 points have sliced it down to just 8. And now the final play here in the first half of the BREX. BREX want to get something good. Ikaruga finds Kosuke Takuchi, and he finishes with the dagger. And now flipping from the half court. Don't think he got it off in time. And now we'll do the end of the first half, where currently the BREX hold on to a 10-point lead. It's been a magnificent 3-point masterclass from the two-time B.LEAGUE champions. Well, credit to GUNMA. They played much better in the latter stages of the second quarter. But defensively, they've got to make the three-point attempts much, much more contested if they're going to get back in this one. Well, we're going to leave you with stats, highlights, but we're going to take a 15 to 20-minute break, and we will return momentarily. This is B.LEAGUE Basketball. We're live here in the Ota Citizens Gymnasium in the GUNMA Prefecture.
amazing Thunder Girls and Sanda-kun. DJ Izo.
GUNMA プレイサンダースがプレイます。宇都宮ブレックス
Welcome back, basketball fans. We're live here at the Ota Citizens Gymnasium tonight here for the B-League matchup between GUNMA Crane Thunders, who currently trail by 10 points to UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Offense, one way to sum up this game: 3 3-pointers so far in the first half of GUNMA, 10 out of 19 for the UTSUNOMIYA BREX. This team has indeed shot the lights out. Well, the BREX have just been firing on all the cylinders. DJ Newbill currently right now leading the way with 16 points. He is on fire so far, followed up by Isaac Fotu with 11. But right now, they just don't have an answer. Alan Hachimura did get the first 3-pointer of the game for the GUNMA Crane Thunders. But GUNMA probably shouldn't think about playing his own defense anytime soon. Well, the BREX have just got to keep on maintaining this defensive pressure. I mean, so many times they've been able to force GUNMA into turnovers, but then they converted those turnovers into fast break points. And here's where DJ Newbill has been simply exceptional. Not only a prolific scorer, but also a key facilitator, that time finding young 22-year-old Ogawa. Well, that's been the key difference in this game. The 3-point shooting and one DJ Newbill, 16 points. Well, the BREX right now off the back of a very heartbreaking defeat against Alvak Tokyo last Wednesday, in which they were leading by double digits in the fourth quarter. Tonight they've led by as many as 18. Remember, these two teams currently hold the top 2 positions here in the B-League's Eastern Conference. Well, it's been some good signs so far, especially towards the end of the second quarter for GUNMA. Because great defense coming from Ko Flippin, coming up with 2 crucial steals. And here was Takashima pulling up the 3. Michael Parker, 43 years young, the veteran, that time getting the dime from Trey McKinney-Jones. Look at this tough play by the 2-time B-League champion, Ko Flippin. Of course, won that championship in 2021 with the BREX. And then again, he won it with the Ryukyu Golden Kings in 2023. Well, we'll take a look at some of the key stats here from the first half. BREX at the moment, 21 field goals in total, 84% from within inside the rainbow. And of course, a very impressive 52% from downtown. They haven't taken a free throw so far. And while GUNMA maybe dominated the rebound count, something they improved massively in the second quarter, they still find themselves down by 10. But again, they've been very good. Well, they have been very good towards the second part of the second quarter. Well, here's some highlights of the BREX's 3-point shooting. Remember, these two teams coming into this game, both of them, a 30-plus, well, 35+% for 3-point shooting team. Right now, the BREX is just having a field day. Well, again, welcome everybody. DJ Newbill currently 5 assists away from a potential double-double tonight. He's leading the stats in almost every category. But you would expect that from a guy chasing up a B-League MVP trophy. Both Trey McKinney-Jones and Ko Flippin also have 4 assists as well. Because DJ also does indeed have 2 rebounds. Could he get to a triple-double? Well, here we go, live here in Ota. Can GUNMA Crane Thunders find a way back in this one, down by 10. And again, if you are watching live on B.LEAGUE International, please let us know where you're watching this game in the world and which team you're supporting. Shoutouts to both Manu Fotu and Trish Carnell watching from New Zealand, supporting the BREX. Bring the corners up. That's not going to go. For the 13th offensive rebound. Oh my goodness! Even though that's a goaltending, who knew Grant Jarrett had the bunnies? And I'm still impressed he elevated so high. That's a good offense. Finding Trey McKinney-Jones in the corner for the open three. And the goaltending does count here for GUNMA. I'm not sure that's going in. That looked a little bit short, to be honest. Patient passing from UTSUNOMIYA. Yajima looking for three, number 11. It's up. And again, this team currently 10 3-pointers away from tying up the B.LEAGUE record that was made by Akita Northern Happy Nets in 2022. That's the BREX's 11th three-pointer of the game. Think about it. More than 50% of their points have come from the three-point line tonight. A team that does average 12 three-pointers per game. Trey McKinney-Jones currently at the free throw line. Because he's been very consistent so far here from the charity stripe tonight here for GUNMA Crane Thunders. Now currently 6 out of 7 from the free throw line tonight. Chance to cut it back down to a 9-point deficit. But you got to give GUNMA credit. When a team's made 11 three-pointers and we're just beginning the third quarter and you're only down by 9 points, that tells you how a good team you are. The only thing is, if you want to have the championship DNA of an UTSUNOMIYA BREX, an Alvak Tokyo, Chiba Jets, the Ryukyu Golden Kings, or the Hiroshima Dragonflies, you've got to learn how to make it tough for your opponent if they're going to be great from the perimeter. Hijima. He's turned this one over. Goes out of bounds. And GUNMA will get it back. Well, Hijima probably should have kicked this one out of the corner. I wish you saw it. Yusuke Endo was wide, but Yusuke Endo's got a flash. Free throw line extended, because by staying buried in the corner, it's easy for the weak side defense just to play cat and mouse between them. So you got to give Hijima an option. Trey McKinney-Jones finds Cole flipping. Another aggressive drive. Now it's down to a 7-point deficit. 10 points tonight here for Cole flipping. He now becomes the second player here for GUNMA to get into double figures. Johannes Tiemann leading all scorers for GUNMA with 16 at the moment. DJ heavily defended. Finds Hijima. Grant Jarrett. He should have made one more pass to the perimeter. But Kosuke Takeuchi battling for the offensive board, and that's going to be offensive rebound number 8 for the BREX. Second foul against Trey McKinney-Jones. Is now the veteran Takeuchi at the free throw line. Well, he's been playing professional basketball for as long as I can remember. I was a 10th grader in high school watching the 2006 FIBA Basketball World Cup that was hosted in Saitama, Japan. And he had to defend one Dirk Nowitzki back in 2006. That's what a great veteran he is. Second free throw good. He has a twin brother, Joji, that plays for Osaka Avesa. 9-point deficit. Trey McKinney-Jones pulls up off the dribble, fade away, just can't finish. Offensive rebound number 14 for GUNMA. Right now showing the aggressiveness. The foul's gonna be cool if it's on Yusuke Endo. I thought the illegal screen was gonna be cool, because quite clearly Johannes Tiemann wasn't fully set when setting that screen, but yeah, it's on Endo. Nice curl by Trey McKinney-Jones, finds Michael Parker. And a nice execution from that offense. Second field goal for Michael Parker. Intelligent dime coming from Trey McKinney-Jones. Ujima made his last three. That one's not going to go, and now GUNMA can look to push this one. Quickly getting ahead. But Go Flippin deciding to slow this one down. Team sets a screen. Flippin now finds Parker. GUNMA's got to make a choice. Team's made 1-3 tonight. Trying to get another offensive board. Number 14 for GUNMA. Could this be the fact that it keeps him in this game? Flippin's mid-range. Takes it a little too short. Orlando had time and space. Takeuchi now fires it through the corner. Not going to get it, but he gets his own offensive board. The team's right now getting a lot of good chances, especially from their own offenses. Ujima penetrates. Foul's going to be called on the ground. It's only the second team foul against GUNMA here in the third, and it's on Yuma Fuji. I think that's the right decision by Fuji because that was going to be kicked out for a wide open look from the perimeter. Endo curls a screen. And his face, can't get it. It's on target. GUNMA comes up with it. Fuji finding Parker. Oh, completely out of control. Had Johannes teaming with him. And then, yeah, went for the unnecessary circus shot. Ujima with a mismatch. It's another Makoto Hyojima turnover. Coach Carnell. Fuji left uncontested, fires a three, and all of a sudden, it's a two-possession ball game. And Coach Cardell is going to call timeout. GUNMA finding a way back in this one slowly but surely. As Yuma Fuji just given it a free invitation to take a three-point shot. Well, the experience of Yuma Fuji right now paying off for head coach Cal Milling. Well, here's a turnover. Hyojima's third one of the third quarter. Just lost control of this one, but look at Yuma Fuji. Just patiently walks his way into a wide open three-pointer. Nobody from the BREX came out to stop him. Well, it's a timeout. We'll be back in just under 1 minute. Well, great game for Go Flippin. As mentioned, he had 4 assists at the end of the first half. Just needs 6 more to get to that double-double. Potentially could get a triple-double if he comes up with 8 rebounds. And I think he'll want the win. Remember, GUNMA currently second place here in the B.LEAGUE Eastern Conference. A win would put a little bit more breathing space between them and the Chiba Jets, who are currently in third place. And Yuma Fuji, with that three-pointer, now has 800 B.LEAGUE points. Congratulations to Yuma Fuji. The 800-point mark has been made. Well, the BREX need to find some rhythm here in their offense, because they cannot live and die from the perimeter all night long. Again, it's not post play, but GUNMA comes up with it, down by 4. Looking to cut it down to 2 points, maybe a 1-point deficit. We're almost at the halfway mark. It's good defense. Oh, behind the back goes. Oh, baby, are you kidding me? Yusuke Endo with the behind the back diamond. Grant Jarrett with the flush. What a play. Well, that is why you watch the B-League. Back to a 6-point ball game. Teaming now. Takes another three, and again, he's unable to connect with this one. So now when he cut it down to a 3-point deficit, Brex have 11 threes. They've gone stone cold since making that first one here in the second half. But they have the advantage. Hugo got it by Fuji. Finds Iajima. DJ's got to force up another three. Well, the Brex have got to be wary. If the threes don't drop, they've got to find other ways to score. Oh, what a pass. Finds Parker. And he's fouled in the process, so he'll go to the free throw line. What a sublime prime time dime. Look at the pass here from Trey McKinney-Jones. That's magic. The whip he put on that one. That was tough. Well, no free throws. It's actually going to be a baseline possession. The foul was called on the ground. Fuji quickly off one screen. Brex don't want to allow him to take another three-pointer. He's going to go for it. And just like the Brex, GUNMA just can't find that consistency. Still Brex currently lead here in the moment. Has been called. No, it's going to be a turnover. Well, going down by 6. Foul's going to be called. Coming together between two very powerful basketball players. The great Zeus and the great Gavin Edwards. I think Tazuski may have just taken a shot. I don't think he'll appreciate it too much. Let's have a look at the replay. It's a coming together between two very powerful players. No, it's a shot to the sternum. Still, that is painful. There may just be a review here to see if anything needs to take place, but I think that's a regular foul in my opinion. I'd be very surprised if this does indeed get upgraded, but you know, the referees, they'll have their perspective on this, no doubt about it. So it's going to be interesting to see what decision they go for. Well, again, welcome everybody live here at the Ota Citizens Gymnasium for this B-League matchup between both GUNMA Crane Thunders and UTSUNOMIYA BREX, the two very best teams here in the Eastern Conference of the Japanese B-League. Well, it's been an exciting matchup so far. BREX currently had 10 three-pointers in the first half. They have 1 so far here in the second half. But GUNMA, through the inspiration that they piled together through the second quarter, have definitely made this a very exciting game to say the least. While GUNMA is still down by 6. This margin has stayed like this for quite a long time. Mazuski getting a handoff. Another one goes flying again. Beautifully iced away. And GUNMA make another three-pointer. And that's going to be a 4-point play. I think the officials, are they going to check if his foot was on the line? That's what I think they need to be sure of. Or was he fouled? That's the question. I think no foul. That's going to be a 2-pointer, I think. I think he's got his foot in the line. It's actually Yuma Fuji. So 2-pointer, yep. But congratulations to Yuma Fuji. 800 B.LEAGUE points tonight. Great job by the referees to identify that very, very quickly. Well, it's back to a 2-possession ball game. BREX still holding on to the lead. Fotu, 11 points in the first half, make it 13. And it's that simple pick and roll that's been so lethal tonight for UTSUNOMIYA. That may look so easy, but it takes a real game intelligence and patience to play like Isaac Fotu. Hot screen set by Tazuski. Now to Suji, nowhere to go. And I think that's going to be a 24-second violation, yup. So costly turnover here for GUNMA Crane Thunders. Oh no, basket interference. Okay, so different decision from what I previously assumed. So not a great start here for GUNMA. But defensively, they've got to hold strong. The BREX have been terrific. Gavin Edwards. Started from the perimeter, no doubt about it. It's going to go back to the BREX on the baseline. Alan Hachimura getting ready to sub back in the game along with Ko Flippin, so they're going to need Flippin's defense to really prevail here. Johannes team in their leading score of 16 points, also getting ready to come back in. Now we're under 2 minutes to go here in the third. Another three goes flying. And another miss. BREX now missing 5 consecutive three-pointers. Well, the foul's going to be called on the ground. Question is it going to be called on the ground or will it be a shooting foul? Let's have a look here. That's a penetration. Well, I'd be surprised if they're going to call that a shooting foul. So it's on Alan Hachimura. No, it's on the ground. Baseline ball. BREX patiently trying to build something. Kron Jarrett, pick and pop. It's up, no good. But second chance points coming from the New Zealand international, Isaac Fotu with 15. As now the BREX giving GUNMA a taste of their own medicine. The team that led with offensive rebounds right now being punished by Isaac Fotu. Final seconds of Tiemann. Get it off in time. Another offensive board. GUNMA's got to find a way to keep scoring. Down by 8. Now flipping. Tiemann pump fakes. Kicks out. Another three. Nothing falling here for GUNMA. Well, double team comes over. Ikaruga penetrates. Teardrop, can't finish. Finally, GUNMA are able to keep UTSUNOMIYA BREX off the offensive boards. But it's got to be another unforced turnover. Well, there's going to be 14 seconds left here on the shot clock. BREX can get one final play. 11 three-pointers made from the BREX so far in this game. Yajima finds Fotu, but a foul's going to be called on the ground. Well, BREX now get it inbound. 2 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Hiyajima patiently waits for the screen from Fotu. Let's pull the double team. Now GUNMA comes up with it. Got a bit of time here. Has to put it up. Almost got it. That is the end of the third quarter, where currently the BREX lead by 8 points. While GUNMA narrowly winning that third quarter by 2 points. And they got it back to within 4. But the question is, can the BREX hold on for one more quarter? GUNMA really keep coming back at them. Well, it's the end of the third quarter, final 10. We're going to be back in just under 2 minutes. Well, hello and welcome back, everybody. We're live here at the Ota City Gymnasium here in the GUNMA Prefecture. B.LEAGUE basketball. Currently, GUNMA Creighton Thunders trailing by 8 points to UTSUNOMIYA BREX. These two teams currently sit top 2 in the Eastern Conference of the B.LEAGUE. BREX do have the second best record, and a win today would help them chase up San Antonio Phoenix. While the kids of GUNMA Creighton Thunders, a team who's yet to make the playoffs here in the B.LEAGUE. They got to win tonight and with the best coach. And I mean that because he's the defending championship coach when he was with Hiroshima Dragonflies. They'll want to put some more space between them and the third place Chiba Jets. Well, hello and welcome to everybody live on the YouTube chat. Welcome to Neil Wynn, Mato Bates, currently watching from Quezon Province. Welcome to Tranquilo. Karuga goes for a 3. Another offensive rebound for the BREX. That was mid-range, can't finish. Well, it's going to be a very exciting finish, to say the least. It's even now one at a post-up. Got a bite. Gavin Edwards goes baseline. Reverse left, finishing under intense pressure. Well, 18 points for Johannes' team in his first field goal of the second half. He had 16 at halftime. It's back to a 6-point deficit. Bucks don't need to panic here. They got to play composed basketball. They've got to try to hold on to this lead. This flip is now going to get called for the foul. Well, there's a turnover now. Flippin's going to make it yet again. A 4-point deficit. Oh, he misses! The wide open layup, the presence of Isaac Fotu putting him under pressure. Now Fotu gets fouled. Counted! And big man, Isaac Fotu, doing it on both ends of the floor, will go to the free throw line. Well, Fotu, too big, too strong, and simply just too good. 17 points tonight for Isaac Fotu. Third foul called against Flippin. Chance to make this a 9-point ball game is Shinji Takashima getting ready to come back in along with DJ Newbill. Kosuke Takeuchi. Well, again, his career has been nothing but progression. He's come a very long way from his time playing at the University of Hawaii to this brief stint in the Spanish ACB with both Zaragoza and Manresa. And the last team played for Europe was Umana Venezia. Flipping now down the middle. Bucks. Just a little too strong off the backboard. Just didn't get the right angle on that play. BREX looking to go back up by double digits. 5 here for Newbill. Step back at his face. Well, they've gone stone cold since making their 11th three-pointer in the third quarter. Gumma's got to get a good offense. Trey McKinney-Jones will fire a three again. Buries this one. And it goes back to a 6-point ball game. But this is the margin where it stayed pretty consistent in this one between these two. Google penetrates. Another kick out, another three-pointer, and that's only the second of the second half, and the second for Shinji Takashima. And a timeout's going to be called. It's back to a 9-point ball game with 7:08 to go here in the fourth quarter. BREX looking to chase San Antonio Phoenix, but Kuma's going to give it another push. Well, there's a three by Trey McKinney-Jones. They needed that one desperately, but then they had to defend Utsunomiya BREX because DJ finding Shinji Takashima. We'll be back from this timeout in just under 1 minute. Well, welcome back, everybody. 7:08 to go here at the Ota City Citizens Gymnasium, live here in GUNMA, the prefecture. But currently, the two best teams here in the Eastern Conference of the B-League battle it out. There's a pick and pop. Johannes Tiemann hesitates. That's a three. Not going to go, but he come up with another rebound. Now Tsuji, he'll fire at three. Can't get it. Well, GUNMA wanted a foul called there on the rebound, but looks like the BREX is going to retain possession. Well, the BREX have had to wave off every momentum, every comeback so far here from GUNMA. But GUNMA has been relentless. Can the BREX prevail? Can they hold on? Final seconds now here for DJ Newbill. Goes for a step back three. Tiemann comes up with a rebound. They gotta go for something more effective here in transition. There's a bump fake. Trey McKinney-Jones. There's a three in the corner. Three is up, no good. But Trey McKinney-Jones drawing the first team foul against the BREX. So it's actually Ko Flippinings. Oh no, Hachimura. Well, the foul is on Shinji Takashima, just battling it out on the rebound. Now GUNMA. This next game for them will be when they take on here at home. The next game will be against the Chiba Jets. McKinney-Jones, no foul called. The rebound secured by Fotu. As now we're under 6 minutes. Defensively, the BREX proving too imperious to break down. This is good passing. Fotu. Three takes it. And he actually has a good three-point shot. He's got to take more. This is Isaac Fotu. He's such an unselfish player. Team with pick and pop now from the mid-range. Now it's back to a 7-point deficit. 20 points tonight for Johannes Tiemann, the highest paid player here in the history of the B-League. Well, good hands by Trey McKinney-Jones. And now throws it down and makes it, indeed, a 5-point deficit. Well, Mark Nachamark, I got to agree with you. Defense is crazy in this game. 14 points for Trey McKinney-Jones and a timeout call by Coach Coronel. BREX trying to hang on.
そして
Well, a big landmark there. You can see over 5,300 spectators tonight here at the Ota Citizens Gymnasium. And now they've reached a landmark of 400,000 fans for the entire season, a monumental mark, and that just goes to show the exponential growth and progression of Japanese hoops. Rising Fotu now currently leading scorer tonight here for the BREX. He's now gone to the bench. He's had a terrific game thus far. Can the BREX hold on? I think that's going to be an illegal screen, yeah. It's becoming another costly turnover. Well, there's the first push. Well, that's it. Yeah, that's what they called it on. Second foul called against Grant Jarrett. Only second team foul against the BREX. Well, this is where great coaches rely on great experience, composure, intelligence. Team of pump fakes, steps through, goes in, misses. Now, because that was on the rim, it was fair game at that point, so no goaltending. Well, there's the third team foul. It's on Yuma Fuji. Well, he can argue all he wants, but that's a foul as clear as daylight. I don't know. The jury's finished, I can tell you that. Great play, Yuma Fuji. Gotta love the energy that he brings to this team. Also the experience. Played many years with Kawasaki Brave Thunders. Unfortunately, with that foul, it only leaves GUNMA with one to give. A three-point look, but Newbill's gonna take his time. There it is, final foul. Well, that's a foul as well. You can argue all you want, but it's not a good one to give away because now you don't have any more to give. It's only team his first personal. Jarrett fighting Hiyajima. And another one given. Well, Fuji. Well, that is possibly 10 seconds of poor discipline. Well, I've got to agree with the referee on that. I mean, it's an unnecessary reach. And that's his fourth personal, man. You talk about playing with composure and intelligence. He's a great player. Take nothing away from him. And he's got, again, it's unfortunate. The emotion just got the best of him on that play. A chance for Hiyajima to put it back to a 7-point ball game with 4:11 to go. Because the only time in Hiyajima's career so far this season where he's had, you know, a tough time at the free throw line was in the opening weekend of the B.LEAGUE this season when they played 2 games against the Chiba Jets. Because the first game went to overtime. DJ Newbill's three-pointer tied that one up, and then they lost emphatically in the second one. Second one's good. 7-point cushion now for the BREX. We'll reach in from behind, but GUNMA will retain this. Tsuchi just trying to find the gap to get to the bucket. BREX do have 2 fouls to give. Michael Bakker coming back into the game for GUNMA Crane Thunders. Flipping on the baseline. As the layup goes in, this time he finishes. Tough play by Ko Flippin. Small point tonight for him. Fourth move come here in the second half. Did miss that wide open layup. But no time to panic now. The BREX don't have much time left. Well, Flippin comes up with another steal. And this... Oh, Cole Flippin. Second time he's missed an open play. And now they're going to commit a foul. And what should indeed be a three-point ball game is now possibly going to go back to 7 points. I love Cole Flippin's game. Two-time B-League champion. He's one of the best you're going to find on any team. But he's got to finish that. And take nothing away from him as a professional. He's had a magnificent career so far in the B-League. But he's got to do better. And that's taking nothing away from him as a player. But when your team's down with 3:24, you've got to be able to finish. Well, maybe not a bad foul, as Gavin Edwards misses the first one. Xin chào bạn, bạn khỏe không? Bây giờ tôi ở Đà Nẵng. Bây giờ tôi đang ăn phở. Trey McKinney-Jones now patiently letting the ball dribble it, well, roll its way out to keep more time on the clock. Gunma's got to get something from this offense. Well, need a little bit more movement on the offense. It's all too stagnant. Team it goes to the fadeaway. BREX come up with it. Well, Gunma's got no fouls to give. Makes a pass, goes in. And another foul committed, so more free throws coming up. And again, I don't want to pinpoint that moment by Cole Flippin because he's had a great game, but this should have been a three-point deficit. And now it could very well go to 8. So a timeout's going to be called by Coach Kyle Milling. 2:45 left here in the game. Xin chào bạn Hoàng Kiến. Bạn ở Việt Nam ở đâu? Đội sống ở Đà Nẵng. Well, free throws coming up for Gavin Edwards. Of course, he did miss one of his last two. Welcome to Wayne, currently watching on the live YouTube chat. Open layup, dunk miss, OMG. He should take investigation. What do you mean by that? Well, another missed free throw. Wapaka comes up with it. It's back to a 7-point deficit. Goes out of bounds. But UTSUNOMIYA will get it back. And I think Coach Kyle Milling's going to call for a head coach's challenge. So the coach's challenge has been called.
Head coach
So the referees are going to have to go to the monitor and find out who had the last touch. So we're going to find out what their decision will be very, very soon. Well, possession and D will remain to UTSUNOMIYA BREX. 2:41 to go, leading by 7 points. BREX fans making the journey from the Tochigi Prefecture. Not quite sure what's happened here, but some issue, I guess, with the stats or something, but we do have a slight delay in game at the moment. Well, you can hear the GUNMA fans. Let's go Thunders. They're going to need something here of a comeback from their team. So baseline possession. Hiyajima will inbound this one. DJ quick three. Back to a 10-point ball game. 13-3 of the game, and DJ now the leading scorer for UTSUNOMIYA, getting the dots out of Isaac Fotu. Jones, good response there. Back to a 7-point ball game. And emotionally, that keeps GUNMA back in this. Still enough time left. Remember, GUNMA don't have any fouls to give. Tsuji defending Makoto Hiyajima. Goes out of bounds. GUNMA will get it back. Well, 157 down by 7 only. When they try to execute the stack screen, Spanish pick and roll they call it. One offense now, Trey McKinney Jones. Goes in, can't finish. Again, another wasted attempt there. And an unnecessary foul picked up by Michael Parker. And all that's going to do is send Makoto Hiyajima to the free throw line. Tough take by Trey McKinney-Jones. That should have been a call to jump ball, if anything. That's a foul. That is a foul, whatever you think about it, or whoever you support. Mackey sat out at the free throw line. Comfortably making the first one. Well, GUNMA can understand their frustrations, but arguing with the referees at this point isn't going to change anything. Siajima makes both. BREX have been great from the free throw line this evening. UTSUNOMIYA right now, 9 out of 11 from the free throw line. 95 seconds to go here in the game. GUNMA's got to get a bucket here. We've got to go with whatever's best. There's a three. Three is up. Almost got it. And another foul is going to be called, so it's going to be another trip to the free throw line for DJ Newbill. Well, the BREX have definitely played like a championship team, that's for sure. They've come here on the road off the back of a disappointing defeat to Alvak Tokyo, where they should have won, no doubt about it. And what I mean by that is they were leading by 11 points in the fourth quarter. Well, GUNMA will still remain in second place here in the Eastern Conference, even after losing this one. Well, GUNMA's next game will be next Wednesday. They'll be back here at home, and I'll be commentating that one. They'll take on the Chiba Jets. DJ Newbill now currently at the free throw line. Well, I missed it. Well, DJ's got to just make this free throw, make it a 10-point ball game at best. 1:18 to go. They still have fouls to give. Second one good. Well, GUNMA's got no time to waste. They've got to be clinical. Trey McKinney-Jones. Foul's going to be called on the ground. Well, a timeout's going to be called by Coach Cal Milling. We'll return in just under 1 minute, 1:08 left as UTSUNOMIYA BREX lead by 10 points. Live here at the Ota Citizens Gymnasium in the GUNMA Prefecture. B.LEAGUE basketball. Well, GUNMA's got to go quick. Everything's got to be precise. There's a three for Trey McKinney-Jones. Three is up. Three is good. 7-point deficit. 20 points tonight for Trey McKinney-Jones. Remember, GUNMA cannot foul. They've got no fouls to give. BREX just need to patiently wear down the clock. There's a look, there's a turnover now. GUNMA's got to go fast. And there's a block, but Michael Parker comes up with it. Someone's got to help him out. Another three, and another one. Well, now it's a 4-point ball game and a quick 6-0 run from the GUNMA Crane Thunders. And big man Johannes Tiemann cuts it down yet again with 31.6 left. A timeout called by the BREX. Are we in for a wild ending? We'll find out. Well, here's the first three by Trey McKinney-Jones. That was crucial. And that three-pointer, well, here's a turnover by Gavin Edwards. Good hands on defense. And here's the missed attempt, and Michael Parker fighting for the offensive board, but Johannes Tiemann, and as they say in German, 1, 2, 3, Dankeschön. We'll be back in just under 60 seconds. Wants another turnover and a foul. Wow, are you simply kidding me right now? BREX are just throwing this game away. Now, if they go to the monitor, yeah, they are. They're going to review this. I cannot believe what we're seeing right now. BREX were up by 10 with over a minute to go. Well, there's the poor pass. Well, there is a... Watch this from DJ Newbill. Again, this is going to be very controversial, however you look at it. So we're going to have to wait patiently to find out what the referees go for. This could be a game-defining moment. Well, exciting finish. A decision is about to be made. I'm reading the YouTube comments right now. Duan Ching has just said, I'm not going to repeat those explicits, but essentially asked, what is this game? I'll say it in Vietnamese. Bây giờ tôi sống ở Việt Nam. Cái này bóng rổ. This is basketball. Well, what decision will the referees go for? The referee's still deciding. Let's have a look at the replay again. Well, it's a foul regardless, however you look at it. Because it's a reach. And the reach isn't a natural play. I mean, you could say it's a go for the ball. The question is, will it be upgraded? So yeah, that's what I thought. Definitely a foul, if anything. The problem is that foul's going to send Johannes Tiemann to the free throw line. So now with 31.6, it does indeed mean But there'll be enough time from game clock and shot clock. Okay, Dragon. Prove it. Prove that you're Vietnamese. Oh no, it's only the 14th foul, so no free throws. Well, Trey McKinney-Jones might want to think about going quickly. And that's the foul, so now here comes the free throws. That's a good take by Trey McKinney-Jones. Problem now is there's a lot of time been lost off the clock between game and shot clock, so BREX still have the advantage if you think about it, because the very worst case of BREX is that he's going to make it a 2-point ball game. Which, if that happens, then the BREX just need to, when they get possession, wait for the foul to come, but just don't fall to a trap. Well, close call from Trey McKinney-Jones, no doubt about it. Now it is cut down to a one-possession ball game. Make this one, it's 2 points. GUNMA fans waiting very patiently. You can feel the anxiety, no doubt about it. Jones makes it. 2-point deficit. Just over, I'd say 40 seconds ago, this was a 10-point ball game. Well, wild ending. We're having Seiji Ikaruga is going to inbound this one. 27.5 left. GUNMA don't want to foul necessarily, but they're going to have to think about it very soon. There it is. And they fouled the wrong player. Well, Hijima has been terrific from the free throw line this evening. Well, there was a foul committed by Naoto Tsuji. And now Maki-san, 4 out of 4 from the charity stripe. Hasn't missed a free throw yet tonight. All the pressure just getting to him. Well, incredible scenes here at the Ota City Gymnasium in the GUNMA Prefecture. Well, he's got to make this one. Makoto Hijima must make this free throw indeed to make it a 3-point deficit. Give them the advantage. GUNMA fans trying to put him off. I missed them both, but the BREX get an offensive rebound. And there's a foul, and just when GUNMA needed BREX to miss free throws, BREX get an offensive rebound. And they'll get another chance to potentially close this game out. There's Johannes Tiemann just getting caught on the box out against Grant Jarrett. Now DJ Newbill, gotta play through the pressure. First one's good. And DJ Newbill just said to the GUNMA fans, Nandeska. Well, GUNMA fans live here in the city of Ota, trying to put him off for another free throw. Makes them both. And DJ Newbill just said, Jamata. Trey McKinney-Jones. Well, good defense by DJ Newbill, and it goes out of bounds. And GUNMA will get this one back. DJ with the defensive. In my mind, that is an MVP play by DJ Newbill. Oh no, it's a kickball violation. So great defense by DJ Newbill. 2 free throws, and indeed, the kickball violation may as well very be game over. Timeout called by Coach Carnell. 4-point deficit with 9.3 left. BREX on their way for a victory. They're going to advance the ball. Doesn't really matter because the shot clock now has been turned off officially. Well, they find Grant Jarrett. Goes up with it. Makes it now a 6-point ball game. And that may as well just do it right now. There's a three from Trey McKinney-Jones. Doesn't finish. BREX come up with it. UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Omedeto. Congratulations. A big victory from the response after their defeat against Alvac Tokyo. And the very best team in the East remains #1 in the B.LEAGUE's Eastern Conference. Well, two things. What would have happened if Ko Flippin had made that layup after he tried to go for the dunk, which could have made it a 3-point deficit? What could have happened if GUNMA Crate Thunders came up with a rebound when they were down by 2 after 2 missed free throws from Makoto Hiyajima? But indeed, it was one DJ Newbill who saved the day. Wow. Cảm ơn người Việt đang nhìn bóng rổ bây giờ Japanese B-League. Đội tên là Josh Bet, đội quân học tiếng Việt, and terima kasih to Dapantol. Sama-sama, baby, from Indonesia. Welcome to all of our international B-League fans, and a congratulations to Manu Fotu, of course, the father of the great Isaac Fotu, and to Trish Coronel. Trish, I'm not quite sure what your relation is to Coach Coronel, but I would like to say congratulations to you as well. Fantastic win tonight here for UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Well, we are going to hear from head coach Coronel. We'll hear from the game's MVP. But remember, the next game for these two teams, well, UTSUNOMIYA BREX will be hosting Ibaraki Robots, while GUNMA Crate Thunders will be back at home against Chiba Jets. I'll be commentating that game live here at the Ota Citizens Gymnasium, live here in the GUNMA Prefecture. Well, as mentioned, we'll hear from head coach Coronel, game's MVP, and then we'll run down the best highlights and look at the stats of this game. But a terrific game here from the Japanese B-League. Mage. Oh, Madre, mother. Okay. Sorry. I was about to Google what does mage mean, but Madre. Well, I tell you what, your son is a terrific basketball coach. And, of course, very tough times. People need to remember that UTSUNOMIYA BREX have gone through a very tragic situation, the passing away of the great Kevin Bracewell. And our thoughts and condolences do go to his family for such a difficult time, and obviously Coach Coronel having to take over and trying to get the job done, not only for the UTSUNOMIYA BREX, but also for the great coach Kevin Bracewell and his family. Well, as mentioned, we are going to listen very soon from head coach Coronel and the game's MVP, and then we'll look at the key highlights from this game, but a terrific win nonetheless for the UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Here's Coach Coronel.
コロネルコーチにお話伺います。おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
アルバルク戦ではクロージングうまくいかなくて、今日もかなり苦労したんですけど、最終的に勝ちました。どんな印象をお持ちですか？
I mean, we've been working to be better at closing games all year long. I think we've lost 7 times, and 5 of those we've had leads in the last 5 minutes of the 4th quarter. So this is an area for us to improve on. So even though it's a little shaky at times, we're very pleased to close today.
今シーズン7敗している中でも5試合が4クォーター残り5分までリードしている中で逆転されての敗戦という形なので、やっぱそのクローズのところっていうのがシーズン通して自分たちの課題でもあると思っているので、今日もちょっとこう危なっかしい展開ではありましたけれども、今日はなんとかこう勝ち切れてよかったかなと思います。
後半ちょっとテンポが落ちてなかなかスリーも決められなかったんですけども、その辺は想定内でしたか？
I don't think any coach's plan is to not hit their outside shots. So that's definitely not part of the plan. I think the referees called the game very tight in the first half. The second half, they let a lot of physicality go, and so we saw it more difficult for both teams in the second half, and we had to adjust. And that was a challenge for us. But these are the good kind of wins. I mean, if we shoot the ball like we did in the first half, we would win easily, but you can't always control that. So a gritty grind win like this, you can be very proud of.
やはり後半より、両チームのフィジカリティが上がって、やはりどちらのチームにとってもタフな試合になったと思いますけれども、そんな中で苦しい状況でしっかりチームがアジャストして、なんとか勝ちをもぎ取れたというのは自分たちにとっても大きな意味があるんじゃないかなと思います。
習慣ということはよく使ってますけども、その習慣という点ではどんな意味がある勝利でしたか？
And I think we saw some of our habits really come to the fore, especially the first half. The ball movement, some critical possessions in the second half as well. And I mean, our offensive rebounding habits, including G getting a clutch offensive rebound off a free throw, was huge. That was big for us. But obviously we're not a perfect team and there's other habits, so we really still need to improve.
そのハビットの部分で、前半はよくボールが回ったと思いますし、後半もそういったいい展開を作れる時間帯もありました。あとリバウンドの部分の習慣づけていたところでも、ジェレット選手の試合終盤の大きなところで、一つ大きなオフェンスリバウンドありましたし、良くなってきているところもありますけれども、まだ完璧ではないので、これからももっと良くなっていけるようにしていきたいなと思います。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
Well, there you heard from Coach Coronel, of course, talking about the importance of team being very balanced. I think what he meant that, yes, they shot very well from the perimeter in the first half, but, you have to be able to adapt and find other ways to score, and that's going to be the key thing that defines whether UTSUNOMIYA BREX are going to win their third B.LEAGUE championship or not. Well, let's listen now to DJ Newbill.
10点差にする後半最初のスリーかなり大きな意味だったんですけど、その記事に振り返ってもらっていいですか？
No, that was wrong. I hit a three to the fourth quarter.
すいません、ごめんなさい、スリーポイントはいつのタイミングのスリーでした？
フォースクォーターです。
フォースクォーター、yeah, sorry, fourth quarter.
I mean, Coach drew up a play. Our big set great screens for me, and Mako delivered the pass on time, and I just shot it with confidence.
すいませんでした。ビッグが素晴らしいスクリーンをかけてくれて、自分をオープンしてくれて、肘山選手がいいボールを供給してくれたので、自分は打つだけだったので、コーチも素晴らしいプレーをドローしてくれましたし、チームで、得点したスリーポイントだったと思います。
今日最後苦しみましたけど、クロージングして勝てたということをどう感じてますか？
I think we made some big mistakes down the end, but we stayed together. Playing in front of a tough crowd against a tough team like this, that's what you need. It's not going to be perfect, but we stayed together.
重要な局面でミスも出てしまいましたけれども、そんな中でもしっかりチームがバラバラにならず、一つにまとまって、しっかり最後まで戦い続けれたということ、このアウェーで、本当にやりにくい、アリーナではありますけれども、その中チームがまとまって、最後まで戦い抜けたというところが勝因だと思います。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
Well, slight correction there from DJ Newbill, just reminding that he did indeed hit a three-pointer in the fourth quarter. But a great game from DJ nonetheless. I mean, he was terrific tonight here for the BREX. 22 points. Because he hit 5 out of 9 from the perimeter. Made more three-pointers than he did free throws. Had 5 rebounds and 7 assists. Didn't quite get to a double-double or triple-double, but still his influence was yet again why he's one of the very best here in the B-League and could very well be on his way to get the B-League MVP this year. Great game tonight from Isaac Fotu, 8 rebounds. Coast finished with 2 assists along with 18 points. A phenomenal performance from Fotu, and that's just a regular day for Isaac Fotu. Now we'll look at some of the key highlights from this game. Plus, it was quite an exciting opener. Again, a terrific atmosphere here in Ota. These fans of the Gunma Prefecture, they know how to make a very intimidating atmosphere, to say the least. And it started with Grant Jarrett from the three-point line, the first field goal. When you think how BREX just lit this gym up in the first half, I mean, everything seemed like it was flying in. A total of 10 three-point field goals was made in the first half. Well, collectively, the BREX only made 3 in the second half, but job was done indeed. Great game tonight for Ko Flippin. Of course, did have that one moment in the game where he missed that wide-open play where he went for the dunk. But that shouldn't, at any point, be looked at as a reason why they lost. They got it back to within 2 points. 2 missed free throws coming from Makoto Hiyajima, but the BREX got an offensive board. Well, both teams are firing in on all cylinders. Johannes team coming off the bench, playing some big minutes tonight here for Gunma Crane Thunders. He had a great game, to say the least, as well. Finished with 23 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists. Well, at this point, it seemed like everybody for the BREX was just getting on the score sheet. Ogawa making the cut. DJ Newbill with the dime. And BREX just plays such beautiful basketball. Well, there's a three-pointer. Look at the step-back three, this time coming from DJ Newbill. Because he was simply cooking in the first half. Well, Ko Flippin just played some unbelievable defense tonight, forcing a lot of turnovers here that then led to fast break points for the Gunma Crane Thunders. But in the first half, they couldn't stop the three-point shooting. Shinji Takashima did finish the game with 2 three-pointers. He had a great game, to say the least. And the move there by Ko Flippin. Well, that was the only three-pointer of the third quarter. It was the first one of the second half for BREX, and you may have felt they possibly could have challenged Akita Northern Happinet's record of 21 made back in 2022. But it wasn't meant to be, and instead, they just went to get the victory. And Trey McKinney-Jones, I mean, he went to another level here in the second half. Gunma on 2 occasions, this one from Yuma Fuji. This cut it down to a 4-point deficit, a 2-possession ball game. But Gunma was just not quite able to come back at that point. Well, here was the behind-the-back time, finding Grant Jarrett, who went in with a one-handed flush. A great offensive rebound by Isaac Fotu. The New Zealand international. Will we see him this summer play for the Kiwis at the FIBA Asia Cup? Well, that was the first misled. There were actually two times tonight Ko Flippin missed two wide open plays. That was the first one, and in the end, culminated in the and one from Isaac Fotu, and that proved to be very costly. Takashima's second 3 of the night, just buried that one in the corner. Well, here was a dunk by Trey McKinney-Jones. Cut it down to a 5-point ball game, and hope was restored here in Ota. This very beautiful, quiet, silent town. And that was a great move by Ko Flippin. The penetration finding the open lane. But here it was. This should have been a 3-point deficit. But that missed dunk. Then went down the other end and made it an 8-point ball game. This was the play before this, the and-one. And the huge 3 by DJ Newbill. But then Trey McKinney-Jones inspiring the 6-0 run, which then led after that to the 3-pointer cover from Johannes Tiemann off this turnover from Gavin Edwards. Good hands by Naoto Tsuji. Well, Michael Parker's rebound. At that point, grabbing the board, finding Johannes. And again, hope was restored here in the city of Ota. But this was the defining moment. GUNMA's inability to get the offensive rebound. Grant Jarrett just doing enough there. And it was DJ Newbill getting fouled, then going to the free throw line. And the rest was history. Well, DJ's defensive play against Trey McKinney-Jones. The kickball violation that was penalized against him. And the BREX respond after that heartbreaking defeat against Alvak Tokyo at the Yoyogi Arena last Wednesday. 13 3-pointers made by the BREX. Naturally a 35% three-point shooting team. Tonight they got 38% because they only missed 5 free throws. And in the end, they actually won the rebound count. Granted, that GUNMA Crane Thunders did have 5 more offensive boards. And BREX astonishingly had 17 turnovers. But still, they managed to win this one. That's all down to their first half 3-point masterclass, which they were able to showcase effectively. Well, there are your stats, of course. Now we'll look at the game's leaders in this one. As mentioned, terrific game tonight for DJ Newbill, finishing with 22 points. And Isaac Fotu was just 2 rebounds shy of a double-double tonight here for the BREX. Because he had 8 rebounds along with his 18 points. Johannes Tiemann, the only player at the moment that was able to finish with a double-double. Because he was terrific with 23 and 11. Trey McKinney-Jones, 22 points, 8 assists. It just wasn't enough for GUNMA Crane Thunders to propel and to persevere with a win. Well, there are your fixtures that will happen next Wednesday. Because some very big games will be taking place. Ruku Golden Kings, #1 team in the Western Conference, will be on the road against Kyoto Hanaris. As mentioned, UTSUNOMIYA BREX will be hosting the Ibaraki Robots, while GUNMA Crane Thunders will be at home yet again here in the city of Ota as they take on the team just below them, the Chiba Jets. And that will be a monumental game. Remember, if GUNMA lose, Jets will draw closer to getting that automatic playoff spot, which then will mean if GUNMA lose, not that game, but necessarily they lose that position, they'll have to hope they go via the wild card. Tokyo will host Yokohama B. Corsairs. Some exciting games next Wednesday here in the B-League. Sunrock and Shibuya, they need a big win against Fighting Eagles Nagoya. Well, it's going to be exciting. San Antonio Phoenix, the #1 team here in the B-League, they'll be on the road on the outskirts of Tokyo as they'll take on a team with one of the worst records here in the B-League, the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. Well, defending champions Hiroshima Dragonflies trying to make one final push for the B-League. They'll be in the south of Japan as they'll take on Osaka Avesa. Well, basketball fans, we would like to thank you for joining us, but unfortunately, it's that time of the day where we have to say our goodbyes and part our ways. We'd like to say thank you for joining us here live in the city of Ota. But for now, it's good night, goodbye, and God bless. Arigato gozaimasu, sayonara, and ayasu minasai.